Spoiler warning for Doctor Who, the new Who, starting in 2005, Episode 2, Season 2 of Tooth and Claw. A spooky little episode all about werewolf aliens. What I will say is in this episode we do some fun little British humor. We rag on those Brits. What a silly country those British people are. And then eventually we get to talking about what makes this werewolf good and why do we love mistletoe so much? Enjoy.
Even a man who is pure in heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolf-bane blooms.
The autumn moon is bright.
The wolf creature! It's out there, isn't it? You've seen it, haven't you?
A strange beast, somewhat resembling a wolf.
Welcome back to When the Wolfsbane Blooms, your podcast for all werewolf and werewolf-adjacent media. I'm Mangy Matt.
And I'm Sweet Sybil.
And today we are talking about
Doctor Who. Oh my gosh, shout out to all my Whovians out there.
Whovians.
What?
Is that actually what it is?
You didn't know that they're called
No.
Whovians? Yeah.
I am so unaware of most of There are 1 million people trying to get me to watch Doctor Who, and I eventually will.
You haven't?
No.
Oh my god, Matt. This is fascinating. So anyways, we are talking about the episode Tooth and Claw from the second season, second episode of the newer series, starting from 2005. And I've just found out Matt doesn't know shit.
No. Okay, every single time I say this, somebody blows up at me like, you've never seen Doctor Who? And
that's because you're the exact type of person who would love it. You would be a Whovian through and through. You would dress up, go to Comic-Con with a stupid little bow tie, eating fish sticks and custard like a dork.
what does that mean? What does that mean?
Well, you're just going to have to watch season 5 to find out.
Why would you ever eat fish sticks and custard?
Because after the Doctor regenerates, he has a very specific taste palette, and he likes fish sticks and custard. And little Amelia Pond, when she's like 10 years old, gives him some fish sticks and custard, and then he tries to fix the TARDIS, and he accidentally comes back 10 years later.
Is that when it's the 9th Doctor?
No, the 11th.
The 11th? I thought you said season 5. Oh, season 5 of the newer ones.
Yes.
I understand. I need to figure out
Wait,
what...
When do you think the 9th Doctor comes in?
Well, the 9th one, presumably of the newer seasons, is season 1.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you meant like season 5 overall. I didn't know it was new one season 1 and old one season 1 and like old one season 5 and new
Matt,
one season
old
5.
one season 1. Do you want to guess the year that came out?
It's probably like the 1940s or something like that.
Oh my god. A little bit later.
1960s?
Yeah. I
Okay.
believe 1964.
Okay.
It is the longest running sci-fi television show in the world.
Didn't it go on hiatus for like 20 years?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But it still counts.
Okay, it still counts.
There was a movie in there with the very sexy Paul McGann. He looks so cute in that little get up. His little curls and his little fanciness.
Could not speak to it at all. I have no idea what you're referencing.
Well, let me tell you, Matt. I actually know a shit ton about Doctor Who.
I assume so because the second you suggested that we do this episode, your eyes kind of lit up.
Did I?
Yeah?
I don't really like this episode.
Oh.
I expected you to be a bigger fan of Doctor Who because I mentioned before I'm not a huge fan of this episode, and you went, no, it's a good episode. And I was like, oh, Matt loves Doctor Who. Matt, you have to respond audibly.
Well, okay.
You want to give a response.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just baffled. No, I was like, it's probably a good episode.
How would you know?
Because every single time you are like, I hate it so much, it's probably like not that bad.
Name one thing I hate that's good.
You have really weird taste.
I have the best taste in the world. Name one thing I hate that's good.
You rag on Jurassic Park all the time.
Well, that's just to make you upset.
Oh.
I don't hate Jurassic Park.
Well, you suck.
Like, just so we all know, Matt has the mind of a 10-year-old.
That's so
and
untrue.
loves Jurassic Park more than anything in the world.
I do, and more people than 10-year-olds love Jurassic Park because it's a good movie.
And why do you like it? Is it because it's a good movie? Or is it because you have an autistic hyperfixation on dinosaurs?
It can be both. It can be
You
both.
got me. I guess it can be both.
I can like dinosaurs, and I can also think it's a good movie, which it is. It is both of them at the same time.
All right. So, Matt, tell me, what is Doctor Who?
I don't know.
You don't know anything. Can you tell me a little bit about what
Okay.
this world is?
The most I know about this world is that there is the Doctor, who is this semi-immortal Time Lord who gets regenerated or reincarnated every once in a while into a new body and basically timey-wimey space stuff that I'm going to go around everywhere that I might be needed and go fix problems that only I, as the immortal Time Lord, can do so.
He is not immortal. Just to put that in there.
I wouldn't know that.
Well, he can live for a very long time, but he is not immortal.
Okay, so how does that work?
So whenever he would die, he regenerates. And he regenerates into a new body with a new personality. However, there's a limited amount of regenerations, except for sort of what happens is eventually he gets some more. But if that regeneration process was interrupted, he could just actually die. There's several ways you can just actually kill him.
That's overly complicated.
And it's also because he has a limited amount of regenerations, he really doesn't want to regenerate. That's a big thing for him. There's a really nice sort of end to one of the Doctors, and it was the 10th Doctor, the one that we saw, played by David Tennant.
David Tennant, my beloved.
Yeah, why do you like him?
I just think he's really neat. I think he's a really fun person. I think he's a really great actor. I've seen him in a lot of things. I really liked his Hamlet.
Interesting. I really love his Much Ado About Nothing.
Also agreed.
Which is just phenomenal against Catherine Tate, who is a companion in Doctor Who in the 4th season. Absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, Doctor gets into, what's the machine called?
The TARDIS.
Yes, and what's it stand for?
I don't know.
Time and Relative Dimensions in Space.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Because that's where it can travel to.
Fair.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. And it's the silly little police box. I think that everyone has the base understanding of Doctor Who, the Doctor travels in a police phone box.
Not everyone. I think just nerds who are on Tumblr.
Yes, people who are aware of Doctor Who know that it's the blue police phone box, and it just kind of tumbles through space and time, and it has the really funny intro where you see it kind of Gmod physicsing through the wormhole. It's very fun.
So this is the 2nd season, which means that the Doctor is newly regenerated in this new series starting in 2005. He did 1 season where he was Christopher Eccleston. Really fun Doctor. He wore a little leather jacket. And so he freshly regenerated. The Sycorax were the people who fought in the 1st episode, which was a Christmas-themed episode, if I remember. Or maybe that was tagged on to the previous season. But now we're in episode 2 of season 2. And Matt, tell me what happens.
So in this episode, do we want to give a full proper summary?
Yeah, give me a synopsis.
I'm pulling up the synopsis.
Oh, you just can't remember shit?
Well, I could give one off the top of my head, or I could give a more basic.
All right, I guess I'll do this.
Okay.
So, the Doctor and his companion at the time, Rose, played by Billie Piper, travel back in time, and they're planning to go to the 1970s, have a good time, party, but they accidentally travel back to the 1870s. Oh my god, no! They stop at this one castle that's called the Torchwood Estate, which has different meaning relative to the rest of the show. There's a separate show called Torchwood, and Torchwood is this institution of fighting aliens. And in it, this estate has actually been taken over by these crazy monks who know like karate and kick the fuck out of people. And they've taken over. Basically, it's all a ploy to have the Queen Victoria, trapped in this estate. She visits, she stops by, and there's a werewolf there. And the plan is to have the werewolf bite her, and then for Queen Victoria to become a werewolf, and then the whole Empire of England becomes the Empire of the Wolf. Now, this should be noted. Werewolves aren't real in this universe. Like, come on, what are you, a joke? This is a Lupine-wavelength Haemovariform.
Which is the most insane way to say, oh, we want werewolves, but not actual werewolves. So this is an alien werewolf that's actually this specific thing that exactly follows every single rule of what werewolves do on our planet and in our mythology, but also well, I guess not, because they talk about how this werewolf lineage has been going on for years and they're continuing it to slowly build up the Empire of the Wolf, so on, so forth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they came down in a spaceship. Apparently there was like a mini episode that like prologued a lot of episodes in this season that showed the ship crashing from what I was looking at on the wiki. And yeah, you got this one little guy, his pupils turn black, and he's a werewolf. And there's a lot of chasing around. The werewolf is like kept at bay with mistletoe. A ton of people die, just like in every Doctor Who episode.
So many people die.
Which is just a thing. Despite this being like not a super graphic show, everyone dies, like nearly every episode. And that's often like storylines that I really like to follow, is like the weight on this, like the Doctor's head. He's a Time Lord. He can exist for hundreds and hundreds of years. This is his technically 11th iteration, but you find that out later. It's the 10th Doctor. And so he's towards the end of his life, and he's got a lot weighing on him. What I also liked about this storyline is, in the show before, in the older classic Doctor Who, the Time Lords were on Gallifrey, they were on a planet, they would visit, they would muck about, they would sometimes like be an enemy in some sense. After the show gets brought back, sort of like in this gap in time, the Doctor explains there was a giant war called the Time War between the Daleks and the Time Lords, who are two alien species. And I had to blow up both of them. So the Doctor at this point is responsible for billions of lives.
Wait, but don't... Correct me if I'm wrong. Daleks still exist continually throughout this show.
Yes.
So did, like, it just caused a lot of casualties and ended the war? It didn't, like, wipe out everyone?
So I won't necessarily spoil things.
Okay.
But it's a very slow reveal. In the first season of the new Doctor Who, people call it New Who, there's one episode called Dalek, in which, in this, like, institution, there's one fucking Dalek left. And the Doctor sort of freaks out because he's like, I killed every one of you. And then later it's sort of revealed there were ways, the like climax of season 1, there's like an Empire of the Daleks, and those are then all killed at the end of that season.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, they're a race meant for extermination.
Well, yes, that much I understand. There's very few things I know about Doctor Who. It's Daleks, it's the Weeping Angels, and I've seen a handful of them. One of them just so happens to be the one with dinosaurs in space.
Yeah. Huh. Matt, why would you have watched that episode?
Because dinosaurs fucking rock.
Top 5 things about dinosaurs, go. And you can't say Thagomizer.
I wasn't going to say Thagomizer.
All right, now you have to say Thagomizer.
Fine. Number 1, Thagomizer. Number 2, they are one of the longest living clades in existence. 3, they are still alive. If you see a bird, that is just a dinosaur. It is. Yes, it is.
It's a bird, stupid.
No, it's not. Dinosaurs cannot be classified as 100% extinct because birds exist. They are a living group of dinosaurs, which they survived the extinction that people famously associate with killing all of them. They are so varied and so successful across every single continent, in every single type of environment, and they're just cool. How do you not look at animals, especially dinosaurs and other extinct animals, and just think, oh my god, that's awesome. That lived on the planet that we are on right now. This has nothing to do with Doctor Who nor werewolves.
I don't know. Animals, they're pretty meh. I love me the human body, human anatomy.
I'm going to lunge at you. I'm about to show you why you call me Mangy Matt.
Look, for all the love of anatomy you got going on, Matt, you still have yet to find the G-spot, and I think that
what
is
are you
pain.
talking about? You're going to drive me insane.
Okay, back to Doctor Who.
Yes.
The episode ends in that the previous owner of the estate had been working for years studying these werewolves, believing these myths, and had a telescope. And the Doctor looks through it at one point and is like, what the fuck? This telescope sucks. Why has it got so many prisms in it? And then later it's revealed, oh, it's not really a telescope. It's about directing moonlight and amplifying it and then focusing it onto a single point to make a ray of moonlight blast the werewolf, overload the moonlight in its system, and just fucking kill it.
Which is genuinely awesome. Very, very fun bit.
Pretty fun bit.
Anyway, continue.
At the end, it's revealed the werewolf did get Queen Victoria a little bit, got her with a little scratch, but it's just a very tiny amount. And so the cells of this werewolf develop over generations, and it's sort of hinted at the end. They're like, oh, it might take about say 50 years to actually manifest. And then, oh no, what if the current royalty are werewolves? Oh my god, the royal family, I care about them so much.
Their well-being is so important to me. I hope they don't become alien werewolves. Oh no.
Matt, I just had a really good idea for a bit.
What?
So, what I've now looked up is tabloid news about the royal family. And we're going to read it in bad British accents.
Oh my god. All right.
So, pip pip cheerio. We got page 6. Meghan Markle says the holidays are all about family, but she and Prince Harry will spend another without much of theirs. Meghan Markle has no plans to travel to the Philippines to see her seriously ill father, although she could easily get there by private jet, according to multiple sources. On the heels of extolling the joy of celebrating family in a glossy holiday special on Netflix, the Duchess of Sussex has spent the week fighting off claims from her family that she has not contacted Thomas Markle, from whom she's been estranged since 2015. And now Matt will read one.
Alright, here we are. Rear Meghan Markle wedding photos still on display at King Charles London home.
What, you telling me Meghan Markle's still on display at the King Charles Elsa's home? Well, she was estranged from the royal family.
Indeed, listen to this. A photo of King Charles walking Meghan Markle down the aisle at her royal wedding to Prince Harry.
Wedding?
Is still on display at his London home.
Oh no, you gotta be kidding.
It's
No, that's
diabolical.
absurd.
I was crazy. The black and white photo, taken as the suits, in quotations, alum was about to exchange vows with Harry in 2018 at St. George's Chapel.
Matthew,
Yeah,
I can't understand you.
that's unfortunate.
Mate, I can't understand you.
That's truly
I
unfortunate.
just don't understand you anymore. You seem like a different person.
It's true.
No,
I've changed.
It's just serious.
You've heard of werewolves. I'm a werebrit.
Oh no, that means you're half bear and half Brit.
It's true.
I didn't know that.
Every time the Every time the clouds cover the sun and the rain is out, I get a sudden craving for tea and biscuit.
Oh no, every time the clock goes ching ching, that old Ben, big old Ben, you know you gotta get some crumpets in you.
Every time the sun goes away and the water comes down from the sky, I see the Union Jack in the corner of me eye.
Every time that food goes unsalted, I just want to eat it. That's a good bit.
That's a good bit. That was funny. We're really doing David Tennant proud, aren't we?
Well, he's Scottish.
That's the point. We're doing him proud.
How do Scottish people sound? Matt, that's offensive.
I didn't say anything.
Matt, that's uncool.
Yeah, that's really
We just
uncool.
cut you being racist.
What? You can't put that in. I didn't do anything.
Matt, we just cut you being racist for like 10 minutes.
No,
We're going to have to record 10 minutes
no,
long
no, no.
because of your racism.
No. I said 0 things. I said nothing, and Sybil is gaslighting the world right now. What the fuck? That's so bad. That is the worst bit you have ever come up with.
Would you like to hear about the Lupine-wavelength Haemovariform?
Absolutely.
Having mapped itself on the legend of the werewolf, the Lupine-wavelength Haemovariform had a humanoid body which resembled a bipedal wolf, but could also run on all forms. Haemovariforms had very sensitive ears. It had fur, which covered its body, and a wolf-like head, as well as a tail. Their vision was monochromatic. Haemovariforms were highly resistant to bullets and were either allergic to mistletoe or could be made to think they were. The only known way to kill a Haemovariform was overexposure to the moonlight on which they thrived, like a plant in relation to sunlight. Though the doctor indicated that silver bullets would work as well. Their sharp, vicious teeth and claws were capable of ripping people to pieces. What I want to know is if silver bullets would have worked as well, why did that one guy just spend so much time prepping that magic little telescope of moonlight when he could have just shot it with a silver bullet?
Because if you're going to kill a werewolf, you have to do it spectacularly.
I don't think as many people would have died.
Who cares? It was amazing. It was fantastic. What?
I'm using a bathroom.
What the fuck? We're in the middle of recording!
Fuck.
We're in the middle.
I gotta use the bathroom.
What the fuck do you mean?
I gotta use the bathroom.
If I did this, I would never live it down. There's no way you just got up in the middle of a fucking episode and said, I gotta use a fucking bathroom.
Matt, talking to the mic.
I can't even remember what we were talking about.
We weren't talking about anything. That's why I went pee.
That's so untrue. That's so untrue.
I think you were in the middle of a statement. Do you want to hear it again?
Sure.
Dude, I'm mad. I'm so stupid.
You better be putting all of this in the final recording. You're a pain in my ass. What was I saying?
Well, I talked about...
Oh, I was talking about how fucking amazing it is to blow up a werewolf with the moon instead of just shooting it with a silver bullet.
That just seems like a lot of effort.
Who cares? It's awesome.
People died. What about that British guy?
Cry about
I
it.
fucking hate British people. I didn't care about a single one of these fuckers. Oh, Chip. No, I gotta stand here for the Queen.
There's gonna be somebody who watches
God
this
save
episode.
the Queen.
There's one person that I can think of that's gonna be really pissed at this bit.
What, they love the Queen?
Yeah.
That's wild.
She's
dead now.
No, not that, but is British.
And the next one is dead now. Now we got a king who fucking is a pervert.
That's true, yeah. And got possibly the worst painting of him done
To be
ever
fair,
in the world.
We don't have a king. But not for lack of trying.
I think the eerie silence really, really fits there.
All right, Matt, what research have you done into these werewolves?
Specifically these space werewolves?
Oh, Matt.
What? What?
I haven't been recording.
It's only been like 2 minutes.
Of what?
Since you got back?
Since you got back!
I can't breathe for the...
Shh, too loud. So, Matt,
Yes.
you know what question I had about this episode?
What?
Why was the werewolf weak to mistletoe?
Okay, so. I'm gonna learn you a thing. That is something that is, I didn't do particular research on it for this episode. However, it is in the back of my mind that mistletoe is frequently used in a lot of northern pagan traditions as sort of a symbol to ward off evil. It is usually part of a lot of...
See, that I get, but it's very odd when applied to werewolves specifically.
It is very odd. Would probably need to do a little bit more research on this to figure out if there's anything. I don't know of anything off the top of my head. I just know that in general, that is kind of the understanding of mistletoe is a symbol and a material of good or protection or just warding off an evil force. I tend with this episode to lean more towards, you mentioned it earlier, that they can be convinced that they're weak to mistletoe because it also doesn't make sense that an alien is weak to mistletoe when that's such a specific thing on our planet, nowhere in space, and also
Hey, you don't know.
Yeah, my fault.
That could have been transpermiaed.
Of course. Yeah, through space.
Yeah, it could have. That's what transpermia is.
Not through space.
Yes, it is!
Across the planet in our atmosphere, yes.
Or through space.
Have we had successful spermination survive outer
No,
space?
but we're talking transpermia. The theory about life on Earth got started.
Oh, you're not talking about like seeds being able to migrate over continents.
No, I'm talking about transpermia.
Oh.
All right, well, let me read you the research I did.
Okay. I'm going to eat a slice of orange.
Matt, we're doing the pod right now.
You just got up to go piss.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear you.
that's a reasonable body function.
No, go ahead. Do the research.
I nearly peed. This is an excerpt from Jonathan's Mistletoe Diary. Reporting on mistletoe matters since 2004. So this is a website I found by Jonathan Briggs, April 23rd, 2006. Doctor Who, mistletoe, and werewolves. Oh my god! Mistletoe is just featured in Doctor Who! Sorry about the oh my god. I know it's getting a bit passé now. But Doctor Who and mistletoe, what more could one ask for?
This can't be real.
Okay, so it wasn't exactly explained why European mistletoe kept an alien werewolf. More correctly, a Lupine-wavelength Haemovariform. He messed up there. It's
Can you...
It's not a human veriform.
Where is this even... I don't even think this is real. I'm convinced that you wrote this on a Google Doc.
But it did seem to work. The Doc and his companions, including Queen Victoria, survived unarmed for a while in a panelled room varnished with the oil of mistletoe. And it wasn't quite technically perfect. The Doc seemed to think Viscus album was the name for oil of mistletoe rather than the plant itself. But he did accurately point out it was full of lectins and viscotoxins. So perhaps these Time Lords do know what they're talking about after all. Must try this myself next werewolf season. For a full plot synopsis, try the Wikipedia site. I may have missed a bit. That's it for now. Mostly relatively quiet on the mistletoe front. Apart from the ongoing grow your inquiries. Apart from the ongoing grow your own enquiries. More mistletoe initiatives in London. The Royal Worcester Mistletoe Mug Initiative. Etc., etc. Keeps me busy even out of season.
Can you turn your tablet around right now? Because I need to see if this is a real thing or you just put this on a Google Doc.
Jonathan's
Oh my god, it's
mistletoe
real.
diary.
Oh my god, it's real.
Oh, you bet. Jonathan loves him some mistletoe.
I respect that, but how? How does one even come up with the idea of a diary just
Oh
for
my
mistletoe?
god.
What?
He's kept it up. He's kept it up. There's a new post today.
What's a post?
Du Maurier, Jamaica Inn and mistletoe. Whilst reading Jamaica Inn, Daphne du Maurier's Tale of Smugglers on Cornwall's Bodmin Moor, recently I was interested to find 2 references to mistletoe at Christmas, seemingly suggesting that its usage was commonplace at the time and place the novel is set. That time was not precisely stated by du Maurier, but was, according to her opening note about the 1935 book, over 120 years ago. That would make it before 1815. But that date is well before mistletoe became universally popular at Christmas. Wow.
That's honestly...
This is today's post.
Incredible. Genuinely, honestly incredible that a diary about mistletoe has been able to stay up for presumably ages. Because when was that Doctor Who post
No,
written?
you don't understand. The diary, like the headline of the diary says, reporting on mistletoe matters since 2004.
Yes, that's like insane.
This person has kept up this diary on mistletoe
For
21 years.
Over 2 decades. That's... Is it every day? Is it a daily post?
I imagine not. No. Okay, so the previous post was December 12th, so 2 days ago. December 6th.
That's still frequent.
It's pretty frequent.
That's still frequent.
That's amazing. To think that someone's doing something more niche than our werewolf podcast.
I almost thought that could be... Well, no. Before we even started this podcast, we talked about a podcast that was more niche than the werewolf
That is
podcast.
fair. My inspo is from a more niche podcast. Shout out to Mission Zach's Leguizamo-rama, which just concluded.
Did it really?
Yeah, so Mission Zach, Mish Wittrup, and Zach... Help. I'm having a stroke.
I don't know. I can't help you here. You're the expert.
Zach Rowan, oh my God. Christ. I've followed him for years.
You got that.
It's now just called the Mission Zach podcast, but they finished it. Their goal was to watch every piece of movie or TV show with actor John Leguizamo in it, who, if you don't know, is
Our good friend, Sid the Sloth.
Sid the Sloth, yes. He's also in Romeo plus Juliet. He plays Tybalt. He's also a small part in Moulin Rouge. Amazing actor. But what a journey. And so I wanted to attempt and build something as insane with Matt here, with many, many more things to actually add into our thing. So we'll never be done with this podcast.
As you lassoed me and roped me into this podcast, kicking and screaming.
I shit you not, I'd been planning this for several years beforehand. And then it was just until Matt showed any slight interest, I was like, you're mine, bitch. And even now, I put in a lot more work than Matt does.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that you don't.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
So, my mistletoe studies, I couldn't find shit, man. There was nothing about mistletoe and werewolves.
I figure as much.
Except it was briefly mentioned in Teen Wolf, and there was a Reddit post talking about it in the Teen Wolf TV show. Mm-hmm. But it was just like, no, it didn't really say that mistletoe was deadly to werewolves. It said it was deadly to humans and dogs, and so probably werewolves too. I was like, yeah, it makes sense.
It's not even a... It's... Okay, I need to come back to the microphone. It's not even a werewolf thing, but it's like, well, it's humans and it's dogs, so you put the two together, and I guess so. Yeah.
You'll fucking die if you ingest mistletoe.
But that's just like a common thing. Like, mistletoe is generally just like...
That's all it showed up in the show. It's not like it was a special thing. It doesn't show up. It uses Wolfsbane in that show.
That's absurd.
And I was very surprised they didn't use Wolfsbane here. When I sort of remembered this episode, I remembered it with Wolfsbane because mistletoe doesn't make much sense.
Nope. Speaking of the werewolf, though, aside from this weird mistletoe weakness, it hits a lot of really good werewolf stuff.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool looking werewolf. It has a tail. Oh, it's so good. And it's bipedal. It's just like exactly what you'd imagine, even if it is just a bit of silly, like early, not early, but not perfect CGI yet. It hasn't been like mastered, but it's quite good.
I feel like that's the one like common thing throughout. That's the common thread throughout Doctor Who is that the CGI has to be absolutely like noticeably abhorrent.
Not exactly. Like as you get into the later seasons, they've got to find enough budget that Some of the CGI is quite okay, and then other times they've pulled themselves a bit thin, and it's back to how you'd expect. But especially in like the early 2005 Doctor Who, and again, I used to be a huge Doctor Who fan, especially in the lead up to the 50th anniversary. It's so emotional because us Brits, we never get the respect we deserve.
Did you just say us Brits?
Yeah. What was I saying? I forgot. Oh, so
The
I
werewolf.
remember. I remember
the werewolf.
I know.
Yeah, totally the werewolf.
That's not what I was saying. I was like reading. I've read about it and like talking with like interviews with Russell T Davies and like bringing back the show from what it was and just like the hiatus. They had so much money. They were like, we have so much money. We can do all these things. And so there's like crazy CGI. And it's so silly and like not perfect looking. But it's insane for like a TV show at the time. And if you look back at like old Doctor Who where they had nothing, it's wild.
See, I have never seen a second of old Doctor Who. So
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
What about that time I showed you a full episode?
You didn't.
Oh, my bad.
That was, I was about to say that's not me. That's absolutely not me.
Come on, you're telling me I didn't show you the first Doctor getting killed and then John Pertwee showing up and being like, "Ooh, I'm a doctor."
No.
What about when John Pertwee regenerates by the Time Lords and their sentence? He's like, no, I don't think so. No, I don't want to. And then he regenerates and then it becomes in color. And then, did I say John Pertwee? Fuck.
Yep.
I messed up. John Pertwee's the third Doctor. Second Doctor is Patrick something.
See, I could not have possibly called you out on that because I don't know anything
The fourth
about
Doctor
this.
is Tom Baker.
Okay.
The fifth Doctor is Peter Davidson.
Mm-hmm. Pete Davidson? The Doctor? Pete Davidson? I'm sorry.
Yes.
So
I
the
really
werewolf.
hope I didn't mess that up. The sixth Doctor is Colin Baker. The seventh Doctor is Sylvester McCoy. The eighth Doctor is Paul McGann. The 8.5 Doctor is John Hurt. The ninth Doctor is Christopher Eccleston. The 10th Doctor is David Tennant. The 11th Doctor is Matt Smith. The 12th Doctor is Peter Capaldi. The 13th Doctor is Jodie something. I watched half of her season, but I had stopped halfway through Capaldi. The 14th Doctor, I think, was technically David Tennant again. Or I don't know if they counted him as the 14th. But then the 15th Doctor or the 14th, I'm not really sure, is Shudigawa. And he seems like he's doing all right, but I don't have a Disney Plus subscription.
I want to talk about the werewolf.
Go for it.
So this werewolf design is almost exactly what you would think about if you just picture werewolf. It blew my mind how standardly werewolf an alien werewolf was. And it blew my mind that it was an alien in the first place, because I was looking at it like, this is so clearly like exactly what you think of as a werewolf. It has big yellow eyes, it has brown fur, it's up and bipedal, it's got a tail, it's got the wolf head, it's got the pointy wolf ears, and it doesn't have any like over exaggerated features or stylized in any way. It looks like a werewolf. If you took just a clip of the werewolf, of just the werewolf itself, I don't think there is any way you would be able to define it as uniquely Doctor Who's, which is not a bad thing.
I mean, I would be able to identify it.
Okay, whatever.
Why do you say, well, okay, whatever?
You
Can't put up with anyone arguing with you ever, Matt, huh?
No, ever, because I'm always right. No, I'm just saying.
Name a time you've been right.
When I said Jurassic Park was a good movie.
Oh, well, uh-oh, buddy. I've got bad news for you.
Yeah, the bad news is that you're wrong and it's a good movie.
No, actually, the bad news is that the giant female T-Rex in that movie is a groomer, we found out.
How is that?
So you're bad for like...
How is that even possible? Please explain to me in detail. In this essay...
Well, when she turned into a male to fuck another T-Rex...
When did that happen?
That's the whole plot point.
No, it's not.
Women turn into dudes to fuck other women.
That's not true.
That's the plot point.
No.
What do you think is the plot point? If they were all female,
okay,
how'd they have babies?
Well, yes, but the whole plot
Yeah?
point isn't.
What is it?
It's not the Tyrannosaurus doing it.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
You don't know that.
There's only one Tyrannosaurus.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. They got rid of the second one from the book.
From the book?
Yeah, the book is...
No one likes Michael Crichton.
Can you shut up?
I don't like the way he writes women.
I do agree with that.
I checked out one of his books and I went, ew.
Yeah, Ellie's written really, really odd in the book, and then she's a much better character in the movie.
Okay, you're getting off track here.
I am.
You ever seen, what is it? Like, is it like Triassic Park and then Park with a Q? It's the queer musical about all the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park switching genders and then fucking.
Yeah. Yup. That was forcibly shown to me by Theo in like the middle of a playwriting class, and he was like, "Look at this," and I was like, "I don't want to look at that."
Why not? I like the song Dick Fix.
What?
It's about when your dick needs a hole. It's a good song. Play it now.
When you're taking a shower and you're washing your dick and you put it in something, it's kind of like that.
Thank you, future Sybil.
Are we going to be able to do that?
I'll play clips of that bit that
Okay.
I just quoted.
Okay, I was about to say, there's no way we can play, like, even half of that song.
And now play a little bit of Joyride from Kesha.
What?
And we're back.
I think it would be so funny if that what just gets cut off halfway through. And we're back. What do you rate this werewolf?
Matt,
What?
you have to explain the rating system before you ask me that. You either have to ask me to explain the rating system, or you have to introduce it and explain it.
Well, gee golly gee Whittaker, Batman. We've got to rate this werewolf. How are we going to rate this werewolf, Sybil?
Robin. I'm sad. I'm sad, Robin. My son is dead.
Batman, we have to rate the werewolf, Batman.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have time for your son.
God damn it. What about the bad cow? All right. So here's the rating system. As always, we rate on a scale of 0 to 5. We can do half stars, but we are rating on how good of a werewolf depiction this is.
Yeah, and Sybil really hates it when I give a biased score, but I'm going to give a biased score to this one, Batman.
Matt's fucking stupid. But as always, this is about how good of a werewolf piece of media it is. So how good is this episode at being the perfect episode of a werewolf TV show ever?
All right, what do you give it?
I miss my parents. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
This is where my parnets died, Raphael. Parnets. Typo.
Cowabunga.
Cowabummer.
I rate this. You go first.
I think this is like a 2.5.
I understand that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think the werewolf depiction is very good. As in, like, it looks like a werewolf, but there's not the weakness to Silver. There is the full moon, but the actual, like, shape of the werewolf story by the fact of it being a Doctor Who story in which they're coming in and there's silly jokes of, like, oh, I bet we can get the Queen to say, what did she say? I forgot. What are they trying to get her to say?
Oh, geez.
I am not amused. Which I don't even know what that's a reference to. I'm
Neither
sorry,
do
I'm
I.
not a Brit.
Yeah. You cut off my explanation to give yours, and you're like loading.
No, I didn't.
What's your score?
I was doing it back and forth. We talk on this podcast, Matt.
Well, I was going to give my fourth to your back.
Well, then do it.
Okay. So I'm giving it a 2.5.
I give it. Never mind, Matt. You go.
I'm giving it a 2.5 because, like you just said, there is also the silver weakness. They mention it having a silver weakness, specifically silver bullets, which even if they don't use it, I'm going to give it points for because they mentioned it. You're missing, however, the entire werewolf story. It really is just a werewolf crammed in there for the purpose of, like, we're going to try and infect the Queen and make the empire of the wolf. And I don't think there's really any part of any werewolf mythology that's like, we're going to create an empire. We're going to try and sneak into the underbelly of government and take it over. Which is, I mean, I feel like you could have done that with basically anything. It didn't really need to be a werewolf, so anything could fulfill that story. But the werewolf that we got looks great, acts like a werewolf, has a lot of typical werewolf tropes, so it gets halfway there. 2.5. Very solid 2.5.
It's very much like what is our monster of the week this week?
Yes.
And I watched some behind the scenes videos because, again, I care about this podcast more than you do. And they were sort of talking about, like, it's easier when you don't have to explain what the threat is. Like, yeah, it's a werewolf. You know what a fucking werewolf is, stupid. And then just sort of going from there. I think I can agree with your 2.5. I could be talked down to like a 2. But no, I think 2.5 goes pretty nicely.
I think 2.5 is really, really nice. It hits that halfway because you're missing one whole aspect, but you've nailed another. So, 2.5. Very good score.
Great. And now, to wrap us out, Matt has brought in a game.
I do. So, Sybil, list 5 historical figures that are 100% actual werewolves.
So, as in Queen Victoria in the episode, definitely a werewolf.
No, that doesn't count. We already know about that one.
I know.
Okay.
I'm setting up the context of the game.
You don't need to.
We have listeners.
They would have already gotten that. We already talked about Queen Victoria turning into a werewolf.
Yes, but I'm just rephrasing for why this makes any sense.
It doesn't need to.
And so it's not like I believe this. It's like, which ones give off the vibe of a werewolf then? Now Matt's just shaking his head.
I am doing that.
Then maybe we needed to explain it, you dumb fucking buck.
Name the people.
Definitely a werewolf. I want to get like a global picture of the world because I think like there's so many werewolves. So let's go. And it can't be like ones that I would like to have been a werewolf just because their story would have been better. Because I would have said Rosalind Franklin would have been pretty great. Who discovered the double helix structure of DNA. It'd be pretty good if she turned into a werewolf and fucking killed Watson and Crick.
That would have been great.
That's the first that comes to mind.
So are we slating her, or are we slating her not as a werewolf?
I guess not, because I don't think she was. Buzz Aldrin. That's why he wanted to get to the moon. It also reminds me of that episode of Spider-Man, the animated series, with Man-Wolf in it. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
My mind goes to Attila the Hun for some reason. It just seems like his kind of vibe as he was fucking a lot of people.
That was Genghis Khan.
Was it Genghis Khan?
That was Genghis Khan.
What was Attila the Hun doing then?
I have no idea. They can both be werewolves. They can share a spot.
Genghis Khan? Damn.
No, yeah.
I thought it was the Huns who took over and like were really fucking all the time.
Well, I think they also did that, but the famous one is Genghis Khan.
Yeah, who like changed like
Yeah.
Okay. All right, throw both of them on there.
Okay, they can share the second spot.
Yeah, okay. Attila the Hun and Genghis Khan. So that's my number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Can we throw in a good monarch? Let's see. Fuck, what's his name? Oh, Caligula. I think that explains a little bit of what he was doing there.
I heard good monarch, and I'm like, are you actually going to come up with someone who had like a moral, relatively like safe, quiet rule? Caligula,
you know how he is. That's a good monarch for a werewolf. And that's gonna match that sort of energy, you know?
Yeah.
Ninja.
The streamer?
Yeah.
Okay.
He seems like he'd be one.
Okay.
And if there was Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, it would probably be sort of same vibes. feel like probably Thomas Jefferson, werewolf. He seemed like a pretty bestial man.
I would have said Ben Franklin.
Oh, that's good. I do like Ben Franklin. But it's Ben Franklinstein.
Oh, is it?
That was a book I read as a kid.
What? That's a real thing?
Benjamin Franklinstein? Yeah. It's about, I don't even remember, but for some reason, there's a Benjamin Franklinstein, and he helps the kid make a giant papier-mâché volcano for a science fair project.
That's insane. No, Benjamin Franklin's a werewolf.
No, it's Benjamin Franklinstein.
That's stupid.
I like the pun.
Okay.
Thomas Jefferson. You ever seen the musical 1776?
No. There's a pun in Ben Franklinstein.
And that's going to be all for this episode. You all have a lovely Wolfsbane Wednesday.